another movie. What the hell happened to him?
Yeah, I mean, if it made $130 million profit, you think they could easily make a second one
Yeah.
of him, like, kind of throughout the ages up until the ending of the first one, like learning how to use his powers. He meets up with the British dude, they train together, blah blah blah. I mean, people like it enough. It's very profitable.
I mean, it's we're going on 10 years here though now. I don't think they're making any more.
What was that one movie where there was a 10-year gap and they made a sequel?
Oh, there's plenty of times where that happens, but like, does anybody care about this movie?
I'd watch it.
I know you would. I mean, Eric put this on the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, great!" And he's not even here for it. So it's like, I don't think I'd ever watch this one, just because, like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I didn't think it was that interesting. I don't know.
I did like how obviously the demon was tricking Vlad, and it's funny because like he went to the demon to basically take on this curse to save his country and his family.
Yeah.
And all the curse did at the end was get everyone killed anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was so. I mean, I guess the son lived probably, right?
Yeah.
He went off with the priest.
Yeah, but then 600 years later, where the movie ends, the son's long dead. So what happened then? Did he not want to make his kid a vampire and be like, "You're gonna live with me forever"?
Probably not, because then it would be like that weird thing with Interview with a Vampire, where she's just like 8 forever.
No. Do it when he's like 30.
Come back, it's like, hey son, you ready?
Oh, like, aren't they together at the end of the movie? Or he thinks he's dead, but then he gets a drop of blood or whatever in his mouth, and then Dracula comes back.
Yeah, Dracula comes back.
Yeah, so then Dracula and his son are hanging out, and then his son's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm like 30, and like I look pretty good." And it's like, "Do you want to like look this good forever?" And he's like, "I mean, kind of now." And it's like, "All right, come here, let me bite your neck, and you'll be my." But then the movie jumps ahead 600 years, and you have a problem with Game of Thrones doing this, but that's like 4 years. This is like 600 years. So imagine, how did his son die?
I mean, I'm assuming like the old age of 40 back then.
Yeah, yeah.
It was cool how when he turned all those people from Transylvania into like his followers and vampires, they seemed like uncontrollable savages. Like they weren't even talking. They were just like hissing and fucking everybody up.
All right.
And it was cool how Vlad still had, maybe because he was the one who turned them, I guess, the power to like clear the skies.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was kind of weird too, because he clears the sky and then like the sun comes out and like he's fine for some reason. Like all the stuff that you're told kills vampires in this movie is like doesn't really matter. I don't know. The sun didn't do anything, but he was able to kill all the other. I mean, to him at least, the sun killed all the other vampires. But I was like, all right, yeah. So a little weird. So he survives even though he gets melted by the sun, which The other thing I don't really like about vampires is where it says like, hey, if you get a stake to the heart, you get a wood stake to the heart. That's everybody. That's not just vampires. No, but like they're always like, well, you got to stab him in the heart with a stake. I'm like, if I fucking stab anybody in the heart with a stake, they're gonna die. So
how do you think that myth was found? Like, do you think like vampires were just hanging out and they were like, let's just stab everything we can find into our hearts?
Right.
And eventually,
that's what
see what happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like, same thing with garlic. Was it one day it was just like, oh, make sure you get extra garlic on my pizza, and like, okay, cool, and then he eats. He's like, fuck, and he like. I mean, how did they find out garlic was bad? So yeah, so that was my only thing. Like, that was my favorite part of the whole movie, though, was when Dominic Cooper was about to stab him in the heart, and he's like, "I'm going to kill you, Vlad," and he's just like, "I'm not Vlad, I'm Dracula," and he's like, that was sick, and he turns into the bats and like swings around him. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that wasn't cool?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was cool.
I'm Dracula.
Yeah.
I'm not this Vlad anymore. I like that. What has this guy been in? I've never seen this guy before.
Luke Evans?
What has he been in?
He's been in a ton of shit. I mean, I was looking at his IMDb today after watching the movie, and I mean, he's a big actor for sure. He's been in Fast and the Furious. He's been in Beauty and the Beast. He was Gaston. But you'd think for the movies he's been in, you'd think he'd be much bigger.
Yeah, I'm looking at his IMDb now. Yeah, the only thing I've ever seen him in is The Hobbit, and I don't remember who he was.
He was, oh shit, I don't remember who he was in The Hobbit. I mean, he's been, like, he's got a good he's definitely, doing well, but it's just, like, kind of like meh things.
Oh, he was in the new Pinocchio. Yeah, no, it's weird. I haven't seen any of the movies he's been. I haven't seen The Fast and the Furious. I saw The Hobbit. That was it. That's literally the only thing I've seen him in. So yeah, I didn't recognize him. I did recognize Dominic Cooper. I didn't recognize the lead female though either.
No.
So this movie, yeah, kind of didn't really have a lot of recognizable people. And if Game of Thrones didn't come out, I definitely wouldn't recognize Charles Dance. Oh, this is kind of cool though. I'm reading here though what they wanted to do. You know how they were going to make this into like I Frankenstein, this, The Mummy. Like they were trying to make this into a whole like resurgence thing. Well, apparently that Charles Dance, the original vampire guy, he was going to kind of be like the Nick Fury in the Marvel movies, and he was going to kind of be in all of them. He was going to kind of like go in between, and he was going to be this like the evil puppet master of all of those movies, which that could have been kind of cool.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of positives from this movie, Justin. It just felt like it was all in front of a green screen, too. Like, it didn't have a lot of, like, cool landscapes, you know? Like, I could tell a lot of it was a green screen.
No, actually, I was reading. This was actually filmed in Transylvania.
Wait, really? Like...
Nah, I just made that up.
Oh. I was like, I don't feel like that's true. I was in Northern Ireland.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
Northern Ireland, I'm sure it's like Northern Ireland in a studio with a shit ton of green screen. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know, man. I personally wouldn't really recommend this movie. Would you say it got an IMDb?
6.2. That's not bad.
Is that good? That's a 62.
It's a mediocre.
Yeah, it's like a D minus.
Hey, it's not an F though.
That's it. It's still a pass. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, where would you want to see this go? Like, they could have made a sequel to this. So, like, if you have an unlimited budget, Justin, you're the director. What's up? What are we doing here?
I mean, there's lots of avenues. You could do a prequel where you show him getting taken from the castle and him kind of like becoming Vlad the Impaler, and then you could do a sequel where it shows him throughout the next 600 years just learning how to become Dracula. You could go a lot of ways with it.
What would the prequel be called? Like Dracula, like really untold.
Like even more
Yeah,
untold.
like you thought that one was untold. This was like, Jesus. Like we have no idea.
No, it could be like Dracula.
It's called Vlad the Impaler or whatever.
Okay, yeah, Vlad would be good. Yeah, no, that's actually a good title, just Vlad.
Yeah, but what does this title even mean? What does Dracula Untold mean? So is it like the story of Dracula you didn't know?
I'm guessing most people don't know the history behind him.
Okay. So this didn't really do a good job because this is basically like this is the moment where he becomes Dracula. It's not like his story really. It's more of just like the moment. It was almost like the Spider-Man 1. It's like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You know, we don't know much about Peter Parker before Spider-Man, but we know exactly when he becomes Spider-Man. And this is what that was for Dracula. Mm-hmm. You know?
Also kind of surprised, I mean, I know, Transylvania is a small country, especially in comparison to the Turkish Empire, which was massive back then. But, like, he had no army. He had, like, literally 20 guys.
I mean, yeah.
Even the Turkish dude was like, "You have no army." I'm like, how are you defending yourself?
I mean, is this like a real story? Did this really happen?
Well, he had an army.
Yeah, but like, because the Ottoman Empire is real, but did they actually like invade Transylvania?
I don't know. I don't know about that part.
Yeah.
I know they invaded everything.
Huh. Oh yeah. So during most of the 16th and 17th century, was a vassal state of the Ottoman Empire. So they lost.
You're like, it says right here that he actually did become Dracula.
Oh, right. And he could turn into bats and actually murdered 20,000 people in one day. Huh. Wow, that's pretty crazy. No, but it is. So basically, like, I mean, if you follow history, like, obviously the vampire part's not real, but, like, he lost. So, like...
Well, yeah, you can't beat the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, this movie. I don't know, man. You know. There's worse movies. There are worse movies.
Yeah, it's a mediocre action flick. If you like Dracula and you like action movies, you're probably gonna like it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to see a good movie. I'm not gonna watch Lord of the Rings, but like, I got an hour to watch something kind of like that. I don't know. I mean, like, have you seen I, Frankenstein?
Yes.
I feel like that's like the worst movie.
It was questionable.
Was it better than this? Which is better?
No. It was okay, but no.
What does I, Frankenstein even mean? Is that like him writing a letter like, I, Frankenstein, would like you to see this movie? Oh, it's got Yvonne Strahovski in it, though? Ooh, I like her.
Wait, you haven't seen it?
No, I've never seen that. It got 5% Rotten Tomatoes. No, Justin, I haven't seen that one. It came out the same year. It came out the same year as this one, though. It's a horror action movie with Aaron Eckhart and Ivan Strahovski, who I love. But it's kind of like a superhero Dracula movie too, a little bit. You know, that scene where he's just running and all of a sudden just turns into bats randomly. Like he's like, holy, like what the fuck? How'd that happen? Like that kind of reminded me of Peter Parker, like trying to jump, you know, in the beginning of the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't. You know, this was the story before he became this horrible villain. Like he had good intentions.
Yeah.
But, you know, he just the demon knew eventually he couldn't resist.
Do you think if that happened to you, Justin, you can make it 3 days?
I mean, would I want to?
I mean, why don't you just lock yourself in a house for 3 days? Well, I guess because he's
too strong. He would just bust out of it.
Yeah, I know. But, well, I guess he had to fight the armies. Because, yeah, you think, like, dude, you get these super awesome powers, you can just make it 3 days. Otherwise, like, you're going to die. But... anyways, I don't know. It's fine.
All right, so 6.2. What are you giving it?
5.6.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's you know, it is what it is. What about you, Justin?
I'm going to go 6.
I'm going 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6, yeah.
Wow, so you even give it less than the critics. Huh. Check it out. I don't know. Hey, there's better Dracula movies. Do you have a favorite vampire movie? How about that?
Oh, there's so many. I'm going to have to go with Quentin Tarantino.
From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm partial to Fright Night.
The one with Colin Farrell.
Oh, Jesus, get out of here. Get out of here. No, the 1985 Tom Holland Fright Night. The only Fright Night.
I mean, dude, from Dusk Till Dawn, you see so much.
Okay. I forgot about that movie. I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. George Clooney, come on.
Danny Trejo, come on.
All right, well, I'm going to spin the old wheel then, Justin, and get us out of here. See what we got going on tomorrow. All right, and we got Psycho 2. Cool. I've never seen that one. You ever seen that?
Nope.
Oh boy, I've heard it's actually very good. I've heard it's a very good sequel, and it came out like 20 years, or like 26 years or something after the original one, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. You've seen the original Psycho, right, from 1960?
No.
All right. You've seen Dracula fucking Untold, but you haven't seen Psycho.
No, Dracula Untold is a classic.
You've got your priorities completely out of whack, man. Anyways. All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening to our episode on Dracula Untold. If you haven't had a chance yet, we've released quite a few episodes in the past few days, and we have a few more to go before Halloween. So we will see you all tomorrow with Psycho 2.